Same.
So yeah, anyway, we got the nuggets and put them in the fridge, and we forgot about them for over a week. So that was quite interesting.
After you pulled them out,
we found them in the microwave after a week.
I told you, sex and nuggets. No. Why is it always this time of day that both dogs decide to be a-holes because Abby's just come back from work and they hear the car and go, do you know what? I'm going to sing you the song of my people. Both of the fuckers. You can hear it.
Yeah.
Good go, Ghost.
Yeah. You can't mistake bloody Ghost. Hang on, I'm still sharing things out. Where's it? I've got to share it out too. I've got to share it there. Right, that was the thing I had to put in. Right, okay.
No.
Bear with me. Right.
Bear with you. Bear.
Do you know what? I've just typed in Simply Spooky into select group. It's not coming up with anything. Nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing at all. That's very strange. In a group. Type it again. Simply. No, nothing's coming up. How the hell did that happen? I think I'll have to check to see if I'm still a member or something. Very strange. But it is streaming live to them, and it streams live to them every week, because one of the things you have to do before you click live is stream it and tell it where to stream. So it should be streaming in there. Not quite sure why it's not. That is very odd. We'll be with you in a minute. What's Lois's one? NS?
NSW. Evening, Nori.
No, it's not coming up with
Evening,
anything.
Paul.
Ooh, what is that? Anyway, how the very devil are you?
I'm very good, thank you very much. I've sent it to the chat group instead.
Can you send it to NS as well, please?
Yeah, that's what I've done.
Hang on, in a group. Right, so let's
send this to the group.
And I click on group in chat and there's nothing. I typed in Simply Spooky and it's not coming up with anything. Why is that happening when it's obviously right there? No idea. Can you do it?
I wasn't able to share it. Not directly to the group. Oh, yeah, it's coming up on there now. Simply Spooky Network. Yeah, we're on there.
Why is it not coming up on the phone?
It's coming up on there.
That's really bizarre. I typed it in chat. Try again. I think it's just my phone being a wanker.
It's possibly because I've just gone into Simply Spooky and it's there. So
right. Oh, hang on. Am I being a dick?
What
Yeah,
it's not showing is it's not showing up on our own group.
There's the Dark Mirror team.
It's not showing up in our own group. What's going on?
I don't know. Do you remember we had all those issues of trying to beam it straight to our group, and Facebook wouldn't let me do it, and I had to wait like months and months and months. What I'll do is
Hang on, I'll put it in there now.
Wednesday, remind me, and I will try adding all the groups and stuff.
Right, it's in our group now.
Okay.
So anyway, good evening, everybody. I hope you're all well.
How the very devil are you? Let's click the chat on there. Right, hang on. Hiya. Right. Okay. First of all, before we do anything, I would like to touch down and just say something. I don't think for 1 second that Donald Trump gave what's his face a blowjob. I've noticed that when it's out there. It's out there in the thing. I remember a thing when Trump came out the second time, and we said, keep an eye, see what he does, and he started doing fairly good stuff, and then went a bit power mad. Whilst before he went power mad, he was doing the fairly good stuff, and I said, you wait, because of the way American politics is, and the way that the two parties fucking hate each other, and will do anything to make the other person look really bad, whether they're the president or elect or what. And of course, it's happening. And we said about the Epstein stuff, and we said, you wait, they'll try and put it in there. And of course, it's happened. And now there's all that bollocks about Trump wanting to Trump noshing off fucking Clinton, wasn't it? Yeah, Clinton, and that big bubba. And if anybody believes these emails and stuff that have miraculously only just appeared, and the thing is, I couldn't give a shit about American politics, but I do think it's a load of wank, a load of old bollocks. And
are they sure it's not come from the BBC?
Well, he said. Me and Josh were talking about it earlier. He's out picking his kid up. He for some reason he thought the show was going out an hour later. Don't know why, but hopefully he'll try and join as soon as he comes back.
It's because our clocks went back, didn't they?
Oh yeah, they did, didn't they? Can you stop doing that, you knob? Thank you.
That always catches them out.
Yeah, it does actually, doesn't it? Has he replied? No, he hasn't replied. Right. But yeah, all this stuff that goes on, American politics is the most vicious thing I've ever seen. And it's like, why the fuck would you want to be involved in American politics? Just, you've got two main parties, Republican and Democrats, and they just rip each other to bits. And they're like proper, I'm going to kill you. That bad. We've just got an arsehole in charge of our country who wants to screw us all up the arse and make us all kneel on prayer mats and shit like that, which I'm not asked what religion anybody is, but when people try and indoctrinate, that's a bad thing. And I don't mean, when I say indoctrinate, I don't mean that religion is trying to indoctrinate, but our politicians are bad. There he is.
Hey.
Evening, Josh.
How's it going?
Or
how's it going, Wayne? Long time no see. Hey,
You're very
4 o'clock.
It's quiet, very quiet.
Better?
Yep.
Yeah, our clocks went back. Do you remember every year when the clocks go back, you go, oh my God! Remember? And your beard starts getting worried and gets up and runs away screaming.
Well, there's like a week difference between it. I know that because it happened to me and Wayne one year.
Yeah, now our clocks went back, so it's pitch black all the time at the moment. But I was just saying, do you remember we were talking earlier about a big bubba? Mm-hmm. With the what's his name? Trump's supposed to have noshed off Clinton. It's bollocks, isn't it? It's all rubbish. Like Democrats hate the Republicans, Republicans hate the Democrats. It's politics, for God's sake. Why do you get so? I'm gonna kill you. We just have an arsehole over it, and I mean, it's written into our constitution that if the government get too bad, we can actually rise up legally, take them out, and say fuck off, and restart again. But everybody's a fanny over here, so they won't. So
Yeah, so it's the same over here.
Lots of that and no action.
Yeah.
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 Well,
Where's my tea?
it's
Anyway, had
hilarious.
a very good lawyer.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to explain to people that you
Well,
live in cryptozoology capital, don't you? You live in the state for cryptozoology.
Kinda, yeah.
It's Wisconsin, isn't it? It's like they've got the highest sightings in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crypto news in Wisconsin this year. There was a Bigfoot sighting in Chilton. It's
There
yeah, it's
was.
like
I was
20
reading
minutes.
about it earlier. I was reading about it earlier, and I was on the 40th, the Fortean Times thing as well, having a nosy. And of course, why are you not going to show me anything? Nope, of course, that's a load of crap. That's why. So ignore me. But yeah, there's been quite a few cryptozoology sightings in America, and it was, what do they call Myanmar? It's called Myanmar now, isn't it? There's been a lot of the Yetis over there, which are just hairier Bigfoot. Kind of like me in the winter. I let my fur grow out, you know. So, and as does Josh. Look at him sporting his autumnal beard with flashes of grey in. Very good. And then you got young Mr. Wayne with whatever the fuck that is on his chin. I got no idea. What is that? It's like an aeroplane. It's a hairy plane.
It is Spitfire.
It's a hairy plane. Yeah. You know.
So it's to go with my jacket, you see.
Right.
Oh, if you're gonna show off yours, I'm gonna show off mine. Mine's Wild Wisconsin with Bigfoot.
I like that. I think it's wasted on you. I should have that. Mind you, I have got the Ace Cafe. That's the original Ace Cafe. You've got one over in America now, but this is the original Ace Cafe motorcycle club cafe. When they used to do cafe races in the 60s, they used to race down the A roads from one cafe to another, and they'd get tea. Whoever won or whoever came last bought the tea, and then they raced back again, stuff like that. And then this one, and then they bought
the
one.
Harley dealership in my hometown had a cafe in it. I wonder if it was an Ace.
There's only, I think, there's only
dealership's
one in
closed
America.
now.
Yeah, there's only one in America as far as I'm
Okay.
aware. That's the original one, and I used to go there all the time because I used to live 2 miles away from it. But yeah, it's really good for us. And in the summer, it's mental when you got there. Absolutely mental. It's brilliant place to go. If you've never been, go and have a look. But I'm talking absolute shit at the moment. What was I going to say? Right, let's crack on. So the Trump thing. Do you think he noshed him off or not?
Well, Glenn Maxwell also has a horse named Bubba, which is today's news. So there is also a mogul in real estate from New York who is the J word. Who is actually bigger than him, whose nickname is Bubba.
The J word.
I thought you said Jedwood then.
No,
J word.
talk about it after the show.
What does he mean? Type me it, because I'm lost now. I don't know what you mean by the J word. I can only think Jewish. I was going to say, that's not a big deal, Jewish, is it? Type me it.
Well, when Israel owns your country over like he does ours.
Yeah, but you're not in that country. I'm not in that country, so it's nothing to do with us, whilst we're We're just three mates talking. If they want to be stupid and shoot each other, let them crack on with it. It's nothing to do with me. We all know about Trump's. What was it? Trump's. He wants to turn the Gaza Strip into like a kind of New Vegas, doesn't he? Just cleaning my camera.
There was, yeah, I have heard that.
Yeah, he wants to make it a Trumpalooza or some shit like that. I remember seeing the thing and going,
It's like integrated, but I think all that has changed after the fallout with Elon.
I don't get those two. They're like an old married couple because they're like on, off, on, off, on, off. They're on and off more than the Tarts Knickers. They really are.
I think it was pretty much with the end of Doge was the end of their friendship. At least this is the way it seems like over here.
Well, I mean, if Elon Musk wants some new friends and would like to ship a couple of Cybertrucks over, yeah. I'd love one of them.
You can have a hard job. They're illegal over here.
I don't think we're in that club.
Yep. Cyber trucks are illegal on UK roads.
Why?
What?
Safety features.
Oh, because of the people burning alive?
They don't comply with the British standards of safety for road vehicles.
Okay, well, the fastest Tesla you can get.
I wouldn't want one. I never want an electric vehicle.
And everybody.
I don't know. I would like to check out some of them electric vehicles from the 70s, though, and to see like how they stack up to what we have now.
I'll tell you what I saw the other day. That do you remember about 3 years ago we said about hydrogen? They were going to bring out hydrogen fuel cell cars. And then everybody went, no. We were talking about it on somebody else's show. And
I thought they were already like out in like Sweden.
Yeah, Sweden did it, but who else was it? It was Volvo. I think it was Audi.
And that Swedish company that's like ridiculously expensive. I don't even know how to say the word. But
will be. All it is,
I will never even afford a house that price.
And on one fuel cell, I think does something just like 1,000 miles. So, but obviously the car giants are going to go money.
Yeah.
When it
which is what they do now. Soon as they see an electric car pull up outside, they're like, "Hey, here it comes!"
Yeah, and it costs
honestly,
a hydrogen car than it does electric.
Yeah,
here in the U.S., there's been a big drop off since Trump's been in office with the electric vehicles as well. The motorcycles, when I was working in the industry, literally sat there. We couldn't even get people to demo them.
I've had a go on one, and my issue with them is you can't fucking hear. Just nothing. You just, apart from like a which if you're going down the road and you walk out in front of this thing, you're not really going to notice that until it's too late. And it's you know yourself. You ride bikes, you need that noise and the rumble and the shake, and there's nothing. There's nothing. They're the weirdest
top of the line ones can only go 80 miles, not 80 miles an hour. They can only travel for 80 miles before they need to be charged.
That's shit.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want electric cars.
It's like an hour and a half for a full battery, so
that's why I don't want electric cars.
And they're weird, yeah.
Having a daughter that lives in Somerset, and having a mum that is going to be scattered in Somerset, it'd be nice to be able to. I've always thought if they brought an electric car that had the range where I could go from my house to wherever we're staying with a little bit of pottering around before you can plug it in, and then the same back, so you just need like one charge there and one charge back. That would be the day I think we'll get one, but until then I don't want one.
But the thing is, people are still asking the question, why aren't they putting dynamos in these cars?
It is bizarre. What the hell is an alternator?
Exactly. You put an alternator in there, it keeps your battery charged. If you don't put an alternator in, the battery's just going to die eventually.
But do you remember?
Well, some bikes do have something similar. Because we had a problem when I was in school, was that our test bikes would never, for people to go, our school, give a little bit of a backstory to it, gave out classes to get your motorcycle license for anybody. You didn't have to be a member of the school. But anyways, they had little Groms, and you never drove on the road because they had their own road, like little roadway built. But our problem was the damn things would never stay charged because they weren't being driven far enough for the battery to recirculate.
Right. So it's fucking.
Yeah.
No,
so bikes do have something similar to like alternators.
We used electric vans at work, and I must admit, because it's security, I do like the electric van, because when we're obviously there's nobody there at the moment, but when we've got lots of people there and there's something kicking off, they don't hear the van turning up. Don't hear the van. So if you want to see, you can just turn the lights off, turn up, and then get out and go, "You all right?" So
Do you want
it's
to
good.
stick a blue flashing light on the top and then just hang out the side going, Meemaw, Meemaw.
That's the
Someone would like
terrifying
to-
thing too. Here, I don't know. I don't think you can in the UK because I believe all like your side by sides and stuff come with horns and mirrors. Ours don't, but you can drive them legally on the road in Wisconsin. A lot of the times, people don't have blinkers, and now there's electric ones that don't make sound. So that's terrifying. Close.
Now, over here to ride them on the road, you've got to have blinkers. You got to have indicators on them, and you got to have brake lights and headlights and stop lights.
Well, that was the thing too. Like every time I worked on something, Mark, and I had this paperwork I had to fill out for like insurance purposes, and they would cover the UK version. All your stuff said like checklist had to have that. That's interesting.
No. But you have to
And
have,
then ours was drive on the road, but we don't care about that. A lot of places don't even offer the packages to put them on.
well, I mean, I mean, it is across the pond. You know, they're like bloody savages over there. Well, you know. I mean, look, he's cut the head off a rabbit and put it on his shelf behind him. I mean, what the hell? So, are you done? Are you going to stop wobbling?
I was
the
sick
camera?
of hearing all roads lead to Rome. There's enough from him.
All roads need to run. Oh dear, oh dear. So, what we you know a lot about this because again we were talking about this. There was a film made about it called Hostel, and recently they have discovered that there was a human hunting thing in Eastern Europe. Josh, go.
Yeah, that's apparently something that was released alongside the Epstein files. I've mentioned this to Mark. Bosnians that were doing it.
And I'm just
1980s,
typing it in.
$90,000 to kill somebody, $100,000 to kill a child. Pretty sick. The city was complaining about it. They were actually calling parts of the city Sniper Alley because it was happening so often.
Oh, is that when the war was going on?
Yep.
Mm.
But people could pay to shoot civilians. The army provided the
I'm just looking at it now.
hardware.
Brits among tourists who paid 70,000 to shoot people, including kids, on human safari, claims journalists who sparked the probe. Sniper tourists, Bosnian Serb forces, yeah. When there's Bosnian war was going on, that's what the film Hostel was made about.
Yeah.
For those of you who've never seen Hostel, watch it. It's a bit, but watch it. It's based on a true story.
It's almost as if the idea came from, is it Hard Target or something like Jean-Claude Van Damme when
Hard Target was about that as well, yeah.
they get offered a certain amount of money to last so many hours, and then they have all these people go out and try and hunt them.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and the Running Man are pretty much similar.
I also thought that Hard Target would be like getting an epileptic and strapping a target to their back and telling them to run over there and getting the world's best sniper to go, you know, so that'd be a Hard Target. But anyway, so what's been going on in your worlds? The UFOs, paranormal, and cryptozoology, and the cat's ass, apparently.
The cat's backside.
She's the one. I took the photo of her. No, Rachel took the photo of her butthole, and we blew it up and put it on the Dark Mirrors wall. Do you remember a couple of years ago? And I went, "What's this?" Because it looks like an alien's face, and people were going, "Oh my god, it's an alien!" And then I was like, "Nope, the butthole."
Yeah, I remember that.
In fact, Rachel had me a car air freshener made of that picture of the cat's asshole, and it's in the car now. So, Lilo, you're famous. Well, your butt is anyway.
Well, I hope it don't smell of the cat's butt.
Oh, can you imagine it? Oh, no, not that. Oh.
I ain't getting in that car. It stinks.
She'll wake up. She'll use a litter train. You'll literally wake up and go, ah! So, yeah. What else was I going to say? Yeah. Josh, you're actually talking and interacting this time. It's so nice. Because last time it was like, please talk. Please talk. Please do something.
Well, I had a little bit of time to do some research this time around, so.
Well, What do you want to talk
You
about? You want to
just like chock full of cooking story out of the air. Okay.
the that human hunting thing's been going for decades. Anybody rich enough. To be fair, if you're rich enough and powerful enough, you do what the fuck you want.
Mm.
You know,
Really much.
look at Epstein Island.
I mean, there's probably a lot more going on than we actually do know about. I think that is just one of many.
Guaranteed, there's more than just there's more islands than just Epstein Island floating about. Guaranteed there is, and guaranteed all the top bods of everywhere know all about it. Maybe a few have been. It's disgusting, but it just goes to show you've got the money and the power. You can do what you want. And it doesn't matter about anybody else, you know. And unfortunately, that's the way things go at the moment.
But
look at all the whistleblowers who've been starting to.
But that's what's different. Is we have the internet now, and now there is no hiding anything anymore.
If you can only hide it for so long, and then it gets to the point of, you know, people start to find out. But and another thing, Space Force. They still say that Space Force is in fruition, but it's not. Space Force have been around for about 10 years, just.
Oh, I'd probably say longer than that.
You'd say longer, yeah. Well,
I'd say since Roswell area.
You reckon?
Oh yeah.
Okay. What ships have we had up there? Because I know there's at least 3, and I'm trying to find the names now because I found them a while ago. And it's a USS something or other. And there's 3. I think one's called Endeavour. But
look how much we spend on the military. The first time a movie came out in the drive-thru and a bunch of soldiers saw a UFO explode a Jeep, they're like, "Yep, millions of dollars is going towards this one, boy." That ain't happening to us.
Well, it's like all the weapons. It's no, not Space Force series. The real ones, you fucking idiot. Do you know I hate it when you use because I'll try and use the AI ones, and I'm getting it to the point where I keep saying no bullshit, no lies, tell the truth, and you have to keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it, and then eventually it will start giving you the good stuff. But I've typed in real Space Force ship names, and it's given me the best futuristic.
Firefly.
Fuck off! Don't give me that crap. And they reckon it's not controlled. Like we know when you type something into Google, and then Google's AI bit at the top will say, "Oh, this isn't going on, and there's none of this." And then you look underneath, and then there's a list of shit that's just been going on, and you're like, "Oh."
The one that really upsets me lately is like my friends will call me and ask me about something about car, like their truck engine or something.
Yeah.
And then that part will show up in like my news feed for sale, and it's like, what? You're not listening to me at all, are you?
Well, that does that with Facebook. Me and Ellen had that. We were talking about wedding venues, and then all of a sudden, everything that came up on my news feed, every now and then, something had come up for a local venue that did weddings, and I'd be like, "Hang on a minute, we were only talking about this. We didn't search anything on the phone or anything like that." So they're obviously listening in to what we're saying for it to come up as a suggestion.
This was the exact part for the exact year of the Chevy we were talking about, though. So it was like, really, come on down. It wasn't like a new one. It's a pretty old truck. So
it's like when you get a new phone, you know, like this one, and you have to go into the Google settings and tell it not to track you. Even though your tracking's off, you have to go right into it and tell it not to track you. And then you have to go into everything and tell it not to listen, and that still fucking listens.
Yeah, there's no telling that.
So we'll come off the show now, and we'll get wedding venues and parts for certain trucks come up on our Facebook newsfeed.
Or
the wedding venue thing is my fault because my wife and I are wedding photographers. I wonder if that like when we were like on our shit.
It could be worse. I mean, it could have been things like Wayne Seddon talking about his double dildo collection or anal and truth collection. I God forbid you say anything like that. You know.
Oh, I'll get adverts for Ann Summers now. Well done, Mark.
You'll be like, look at this one. Probably. Anyway, one thing we said we wouldn't talk about, what we will, I think. What do you make of what's going on with Free Eye Atlas at the moment?
To be honest, I haven't heard much lately. For the last 4 or 5 days, haven't heard hardly anything.
It's been observed speeding up and accelerating.
Yeah, but that's been doing that since it was first discovered anyway.
I know it's been speeding up, slowing down, speeding up, slowing down, speeding up, slowing down. But again, apparently it's veered out the way of something and sped up. And I've noticed that mainstream media is all saying, "Oh, it's just a comet now. It's just a comet now. We've seen all the plumes of water jetting off. It's just a comet now." Every mainstream media. So we've always said, if you want to research anything or look at something, don't use mainstream media because it's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit and it is controlled. Look on other stuff. And when I've looked on other stuff, again, they've pointed out that some of these jets of gases that are coming out are more than strong enough of moving it, of course, if it was a comet. Because comets will, as they get near suns and stuff like that, they'll start to vent anything that's inside because it turns it to a gas and it moves it out of the way. But this thing has stayed straight on its course and it's had really powerful blasts come out of it and hasn't moved it. Moved it. So
I mean, you will get the natural ice and anything that would evaporate due to the sun.
That's right.
That would do that, but when you combine it with the fact that the tail was facing towards the sun rather than away from the sun, which is what the stereotypical comet or asteroid would do.
Yeah.
You know, they've already said this defies all earthbound laws of physics. So straight away, there's something there that's not making sense that we don't understand because we don't know about it. So already, Three Eye Atlas is already something of an enigma because it's already teaching us stuff we don't already know about physics.
I do not trust mainstream media, and I don't. I'm on the fence as to what it is. It'd be nice to think it's otherworldly and it's being intelligently controlled. It would be nice to think that. And I kind of think it's a possibility. I'm sort of like there with it. I don't believe mainstream media, but I'm there with. Well, it could be. You know. What about you two?
I think again we've got the issue of when you look at videos that could be authentic, you've got thousands of videos that are complete hogwash.
Well, look at the one I put up on there earlier of me and Rachel on the UFO taking off.
Yeah.
That was a photo. We went to this thing in Yorkshire, the Forbidden Corner, I think it's called. And one of the things it had was a UFO crash retrieval team with the UFO had gone into the van. So we just took our photo by it. And then I thought, I wonder if I could do anything with that. And yeah, but it took me about 10 goes to get it right because it was adding in, I had volume on there, but it put like Chinese fucking accents on this. So I'm going, oh, look at that! You know, and it's like, no!
Yeah, you should have posted that one.
Oh, holy shit! You know? So, and I think, and Rachel goes, what's it done to my face? Because she goes from like being Rachel to, you know? It's really, really weird. And in one of them, I had, if you look in the background, there was somebody on an electric wheelchair in the actual photo, which I didn't realize. And then one of them, I had the electric wheelchair zapped and blew up. So, and I was trying to get it to come over the wheelchair and do a tractor beam to pick up the wheelchair and fuck off with it, but it was ballsing it up. Like I say, and everybody was, oh my God, you know. So, yeah.
I think again, this is the issue with AI. So it is getting that good. I mean, okay, your video was so far fetched, you could tell that it was obvious, but other people that are creating videos to try and make people believe in what they're seeing.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like living in this
harder and harder.
Well, I don't care if it's getting harder and harder for you, young man. Stop taking Viagra. Not especially not before the show. Jesus Christ, you can hear it twanging like a ruler in the background. It's horrible.
Filthy mind.
Right.
Josh told me to say it.
It's Josh's fault.
I think
I'm
there was
sending the
I
boys
was
round.
playing the American.
I was thinking like with the show. I mean, we always talk about UFOs and cryptos and sometimes ghosts and ghoulies and demons and shit like that. But we also talk just shit, and we talk about stuff that's gone on and things that's going on in the news and stuff. And I think we should carry on like that as well, because everybody says they like it and they love it when we start doing stuff like that. You know, I think we should and do product placements every now and again.
We need a sponsor.
We do need a sponsor. Anybody out there want to sponsor us?
Pepsi gingerbread.
No, fuck his Pepsi gingerbread, you weirdo. I mean,
No, I like it. All right.
Like we could be sponsored by
Adidas.
or Harley Davidson or Yamaha. Or
Gold bullion.
Kawasaki, Suzuki, Ford,
Silver nuggets. Sorry.
gold bullion. It would be nice. It would be nice. Pontiac, Kia.
Pontiac isn't a thing anymore.
Isn't it?
No, they went out of business like years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, bloody hell. So you can't get like Firebirds and things?
My first car was a Sunfire. Yeah, I think like a decade now, man. They've been gone for a while.
Can you still get Trans Ams over there? Why does
Not
my
funny.
camera look so faded? I've got a full HD camera on, and it always looks
Misty.
weird. Why does that look faded? Nope. That's even what. Oh,
You're being phased out, Mark. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's high resolution. There's not much. It seems slightly out of focus, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right, let's. Is that a bit better or not?
It's a bit better.
Yeah.
May have to get another camera. May have to get another camera. I don't know. And that shiny light. That's what our comedian's flipping weapon was that he had. It wasn't a fucking great mirror. It was my dome back in those days.
Now you're admitting to being around for that long.
Look at your beard. It came way before I did. Anyway. That's why he does it. Ew! Josh has got a full
I don't know which one of us you're insulting right there.
Oh no, I'm just taking a piss. He's got the little soul patch with those bits. I've got a goatee, and you've got a. But you are part Wolfman, so
yeah. But in all seriousness,
not my fault. You can't grow hair.
In all seriousness, who called it a goatee? Why goatee? You know, you might as well. It's like asking the question.
It's like a billy goat. It's like a billy goat.
Who was it that discovered milk, and what was he doing in the first place?
Do you know what? That beard looks really, really good. I'm going to grow one. Yeah. Mate, what if it came from Wales? Just saying, you know, lonely nights out there and things like that, you know, like Eastern Europe and the Netherlands and things like that. Things Netherlands. No, I won't go there. I like you guys. But what was I going to say? Yeah, I can't find the bloody report now, but there was a sighting in Wisconsin of a Bigfoot.
Chilton.
Now, I think it was just over a week ago. And it was an off-duty copper saw it and saw this thing walk across the road. And he described it as like between 8 to 10 foot tall, incredibly hairy. So me without my t-shirt on, but not me. Walking across the road, swinging its arms like an ape. It's not one of your relatives, is it?
Nah.
So it was here missing on an off day. It's one of his kids. It's one of Josh's kids. That's what it is. He was going to football practice. Because you're tall, aren't you?
Yeah, my kids are. I'm like average. I'm 6 foot, so I'm not like
Oh,
Bigfoot.
a bit taller than that. He's taller than me anyway, because I'm only a short ass. Wait, the fucking cat's taller than me, you know? Have you had increased military action in the skies anywhere in the UK? Funnily enough, over here, over Scarborough, there has been a lot of jets the last few weeks. Awful lot in my area. Earlier
Yeah, a lot of the Air Force have been doing a lot of training runs at the moment, and also the RAF have been doing the Red Arrows winter training over here, where normally they go to places like Cyprus, but the airspace isn't safe, so they're not doing it in Cyprus this year.
We've also had, that's good to know as well. We've also had a couple of long-range Russian bombers just blipping our coastline, and
Really?
The Russian bombers, I think they're called the Great Bears, aren't they? The Tu-57s or something silly. They have always tried testing our airspace. It's something they've been doing for decades.
It's a stupid.
They're doing it to everybody now.
Yeah,
they just test our response. They test our response time, how quick we can get birds up in the air and into that area, and then they just turn around and go back home again. They're not a risk. They've been doing it since the 70s, maybe even earlier.
We told them we were going to shoot them down if they did it over here.
Yeah, they would. There'd be no.
And I noticed,
you down.
And I noticed my town's military base has put up their anti-aircraft towers. So, and I haven't ever seen that in my life. So that's new.
Well, there's a lot of saber rattling at the moment between Putin and Trump, isn't there? Like Trump saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to test our nukes," and Putin's going, "Well, do you know what? So are we." And then Trump's going, "Well, if you are, we're fucking doing this." So am I.
Yeah.
Pack it in and grow the fuck up the pair of you.
I mean, there is.
Forget they've got millions of people underneath them, and all they think about is their egos and who's bigger than this one, who's got the bigger dick.
You know what sucks?
Everybody else that live in those countries that don't want any of this shit.
They're both friends with Dana White. They should just go in the octagon and fight.
Yeah.
they both go constantly go to fights. They should.
Thing is, for likes of Noreen saying about in sort of the Wales area, a lot of USAF and Royal Air Force use the Mach Loop as for training runs, and that's for low level, what they call it, diversive training. So it's learning how to dodge missiles if fired at them and things like that. So they do low level in between the valleys, through the Mach Loop and out the other side. And that's training that they've always done. They've just increased the numbers because there's a lot more visible aircraft in the area now. So,
well, see, when you said diversive training, I had visions of people with very multicolored hair and looking very odd, wearing lumberjack shirts, flying these fucking jets. Oh, wee!
That's diversity training.
Are you kidding? You guys wouldn't even shoot down a Chinese balloon.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't actually.
Who, us or the US?
That was a different president. We'll pretty much shoot anything right now. It's not good, including our own people.
Yeah, pretty much. Just remember that the Delta forces were trained by our forces first. You had to get trained by us to get your knowledge up, to have your own training, and you came to us for your training. So, right. Anyway,
did you guys see that video of that guy following the National Guard around with the boombox, playing the Imperial March, and telling the sheriff? They couldn't do shit. They're like, "You need to stop doing that. We're calling the police." And he's just like, "Dad."
I don't know. It's like over here. We've just got idiots. We've just got idiots now. Like, and we've been slowly getting, this country's slowly been getting fucked for the last 20, 30 years at least. at least. And there is a game plan, there is an end plan. Everybody knows that, and it's been getting worse and 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 worse. And now we've just. But the trouble is, like I said, it's written in our constitution. We can turn around and say, "That's it, I fucking had enough." And the king at any point.
But you guys don't have guns anymore.
You do have guns over here, and you do have gun licenses, but it's just incredibly hard to do it. And you can only, if you have anything like pistols or target shooting, they have to be kept away from your home, and they have to be kept at the gun clubs. If it's any kind of shotgun, 410s, 12 balls, 20 balls, whatever, you can have them, and they come under the hunting and fishing and game license. But it is difficult. But to be fair, if we had guns over here, we probably have nobody in power over here.
Well, look at us. We all have guns, and still it's the same shit.
Yeah, and it's only getting. And if you notice, it's the big ones. It's like us, you, Russia, China. What was the other ones as well? Germany was going through it as well. France went through it, and Italy went through it. All the big ones that are like, they've just got fucking knobheads in charge. Absolute knobheads.
Yeah. I was actually honestly like different subject kind of, but I was at a funeral and somebody like shot to me. They're like, "What do you think if we actually had a purge?" And I was like, "We'd be fucked. The government would use drones on us."
Yeah, they would. They would.
Yeah.
They have militarized drones.
They're the guiding military. Yeah.
So, and the thing is every time you see like somebody come up with a video, oh, I made this drone with a BB gun on it, or with a paint gun on it, you know there's a military version of it. You know, and it's like, if ever you want to see what the fuck is this, I was just looking at the latest sighting in Wisconsin. It's given me something completely different. Where was this? Chilton.
I have one. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
Yeah, Chilton.
The Bigfoot sighting.
And it's trying to open something else. No, are you done? You gonna let me read this? Gonna have a look.
Just your stand-in-the-mill Bigfoot sighting.
Something hairy walking across the road. It was you, wasn't it?
Busted.
That's pretty much what it is over here. All the Bigfoot sightings. All the Bigfoot sighting in Scotland. You got ones called the hairy men. Lois would know all about that. Over here, it's all the Bigfoot and Yeti sightings is always done by people in the summertime, and I swear it's people like me without a t-shirt or just get spotted walking across the road or something. They go, Bigfoot, you know.
That's because you've had too much to eat at a picnic and you're dragging your knuckles along the ground as you go.
Yeah. Well, look what fucking happened. I did it too much. I'm one-sided, you know, bit pissed. But I don't know. What I was going to say, you know, have you heard about the Shag? Do you know about Shag Harbour?
I don't care what you do in harbours, mate. You know,
Right.
nothing to do with us.
That's what you call it?
Payback. Zing.
No, you must not. We've done a show about it. I'm just trying to find it now. Shag Harbour. It was a UFO that crashed in the harbour. Was it Nova Scotia, 1967, October the 4th? And you see it coming down, and it literally crashed into the harbour, like near the beach defences or sea defences. It was seen. It went down, had red lights and everything. Massive splash. They saw it go in and down, but when they went to go and find it, retrieve it, nothing there. Anything like that always screams at me. Yeah, they sent in an underwater team, an underwater demolition team. They've already got it. They've retrieved everything, and then they fucked up.
Or they didn't crash.
Yeah. And all these sightings that happened from the 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s, up to mid 70s. I reckon now 3/4 of what we're seeing and what's being it's us. It's most of it is us.
I think there's a lot more going on in the water than we know, though, too.
Yeah. There's supposed to be 3 main bases, isn't there, that they know of, that they can't get near. They can't go and have a look. They can't get near it, because every time they do, everything gets shut down.
Do you think there's something like Sea Lab in real life that we just don't talk about?
There's supposed to be quite a few of them, isn't there? And there's also supposed to be at the bottom of the sea, and I can't remember where it is. There's supposed to be a teleportation thing, because we again allegedly, and this comes into conspiracy theory realms, we're supposed to have the ability to stargates. We're supposed to have them. That's what the Second Gulf War was all about. Was a stargate. And they've got it. They got several around the world. There's some in Antarctica. They're everywhere. But you can go into these stargates. It's supposed to be a base right underneath the bottom of the ocean, and then you can go in there, and you can go to another one, which is supposed to take you to Mars, the Nazca lines. There's another planet supposed to have one, and I can't remember which one it is. Some of them go into fantastical realms, but some of them are plausible, And I do think, like, that if every single government in the world, the main ones, I should say, has a black budget, and nobody knows where that money goes.
Well,
and
they do.
They do. I ain't going to say, especially the US and England. They have. Oh, we lost all this money. How did that happen? Down the back of
yeah, but we've said this before, and it's almost like the whistleblower wrote part of Independence Day when he turns around and says, "You don't think they paid $35,000 for a toilet seat, do you?"
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much of that in the media too, and it's just so mind-boggling too. And then maybe it is just the Matrix theory. Maybe we're just a program.
Hi, Gary. Yeah. I think we came to the conclusion over several shows that, like, as I say, I reckon about 90% of what we see is A, man-made, B, black ops, and C, could also be psyops meant to misdirect. But I reckon there's 10% of what we see, I would say, is maybe from out there and maybe from under there as well. What do you reckon?
Right.
Admiral Byrd.
Yeah.
Admiral Byrd. Admiral, we all know. Operation High Jump, was it?
Yes.
Operation High Jump. Admiral Byrd took a small armada to the South Pole. Was it South Pole?
I believe the Russians were even involved in that.
Well, he took a small armada to the North Pole just after the Second World War.
Yeah.
Because he'd heard of a Nazi base up there, and when he went up there, they had 2 UFOs come out of the water and attack.
Kick the shit out of them.
He went into an opening, didn't he? And he came out the South Pole.
That was a separate one. That was a separate.
The second one.
Yeah, that was the second incursion. And
this armada, I think it was something like 20 ships or something like that, and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of crew, and it was witnessed by everybody. 2 UFOs with apparently Nazi, what do you call it, swastika on the side, came out of the water and just started blasting them, and they couldn't touch it. It had shields up and everything. They couldn't touch it. And then when they turned tail and fucked off, these UFOs were observed to go back down under the water and back down under the ice, where they think New Schwabenland has this Nazi base. They also think there's a Nazi base on the other side of the moon as well. So I think a lot of what movies is a warning, or is based on
Killzone
stuff.
Wasn't Killzone like that? Where the Nazis came back from the moon and attacked us and kicked everybody's ass because they had better technology.
Yeah, and what's the film about that? Where they got the base on the moon and they come down. It's a comedy, and they make the black guy white.
I remember that one's really bad.
Oh man, I know the one you're talking about. There was a couple of them, weren't there?
Yeah, they make the black guy white, and he's like, "What the fuck?" It's totally not PC, but it's a really funny film. But Iron Skies.
Yeah.
And that takes every conspiracy theory out there involving Nazis and dinosaurs and presidential corruption and everything, and puts it into 3 different movies. And it just goes from the sublime to the ridiculous. They are funny though. But I do think that a lot of the films that we see, there's a lot of truth in some of them. Some of them are complete and utter bollocks, but are they? What
Spielberg has a new alien movie coming.
I
heard Spielberg has a new alien movie coming. That's the thing over here too. Disney's starting to back off on Star Wars and dive into Alien and Predators.
Yeah.
Hey, I love Alien Predators, and I mean they ruined Star Wars, so I really hope they don't ruin Alien Predators.
Alien Predators, were they on Epstein Island as well? Alien versus Predator. Now you've just got an idea. One of the predators there lounging on the bed going, come here, meine Liebchen.
Just a little bit more cream on my shoulders, please.
It's rubs and lotion. Dear. Yeah.
My God.
I've out of you two and you guys in the chat room at the moment, who thinks that we're not alone and that we have visitors here and they have been here for a while?
Definitely.
Josh?
Yeah, unless we're all just code.
Same. Well, it's been proved that our DNA and our disposition and everything, we're not originally from here. We're supposed to have been from somewhere that has a slightly different gravitational pull, slightly different atmosphere.
We're probably from Mars and we blew it up because we're dumb.
That's what
we're
it's
doing the
supposed to be.
same shit again. I mean, think about it. We're the only ones on the planet that get sunburned.
Yeah. Nobody else does. From what I know, we're supposed to be from a planet in the localized system. So
I'm sure there was a video I saw on TikTok the other day about that, saying about the Mayans. The Mayans were the only descendants left of the race of beings that were on Mars. And they knew the damage they'd done to Mars, so they came to Earth instead because it was the only planet suitable within reach that they could go to. And so they colonized here. And then, and I'm like, well, that's okay saying they've colonized here after getting rid of the dinosaurs, the only threat that they had. So what happened to the ships? Were the ships programmed to go off and disappear into space?
Look into the right.
Or what would happen if we had to do that again? You'd probably break down the ship and just use it for building supplies and just hand down parts.
And they have found materials that they don't understand how they've been made, like the misplaced artifacts.
Yeah. And there's more and more been coming to life. And again, we've talked about it a lot, but the depleted uranium, 1.5 million years old, you don't get it in nature. So
I mean, I'm sure when it came here, they probably ran out of a fuel supply, so it did them no good anyways, and it was there. And
well, when you go into
shelter, and need tools,
and what's his face, Thoth. When you read the Emerald Scrolls of Thoth, and you read some of the Dead Sea Scrolls, and you go right into the Babylonian and go into their gods, they talk about they had a base in the atmosphere, and they used to come down. And when they left us, because they took the native hominid, put their DNA into the native hominid, and then I can't remember which one it was, but she took it into her womb and grew it to make the first Adamu, which meant man. Adamu, Adam. And then this was brought up in Eden, which was a laboratory, apparently, scientific laboratory. And that's where they did all the experiments and watched everything and observed everything. And then when they were happy with what they've made with us, they were like, okay, you can mine everything for us. We're going to go back up to our space station or observation platform, whatever you want to call it. And then eventually they went, yeah, we're done now. We're going to fuck off somewhere else. But they left a force down here. But if you run out of your tech or whatever powers your tech, if you've got a couple of ships or several ships, what are you going to do? Let's strip it. Let's use the generators from that, because these guys are so fucking backwards. We can't get them to do what we need them to do for our comfort. Let's use the generators. Let's use the engines and use it as a generator or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, makes a lot of sense. And there's supposed to be that one buried under the ground, isn't it, that they were talking about. There's several theories as to where it is, but it's supposed to be, you can see it on Google Maps now. If you know where it is, you can tell which one it is, but they can't take off because it's if it takes off, it'll take like fucking half a country with it or something. So what do you make of it?
Yeah, I can't remember where it was now. There was one where they showed you and it looked like a building. The top of it looked like a building.
That's right.
And they were going, there's no real purpose or reason for the building to be where it is.
That's
So it doesn't make sense, and it's a perfect round, and it does look like the top of a UFO. I can't remember. I think it was something like Hungary.
The US as well. There's supposed to be one in the US, one in Central Europe somewhere, one in Asia, and I can't. Oh, and one in Antarctica.
I think the one I saw was in Hungary.
At the same time, it puts Pangea back together.
Can you imagine that? Yeah. Bigfoot.
Fucking distant.
Just think though, in a few thousand years from now, like several thousand years from now, they'll find the remains of some of us, and they'll be like, "What the fuck was this? Was there an advanced civilization?" No, we're all fucking idiots, mate. You know, and then they'll find some of this stuff and go, "What were they talking about?" None of us know. We talk about hearsay and conjecture all the time on this show, and we talk about future tech ideas, conspiracy theories, UFOs, UAPs, cryptozoology, Josh's cousins. You know, Wayne's beard, you know, sometimes my beard, which you can't really see properly. I'm white now.
That's because your skin's too pale, mate.
Fuck you, you tosser. Friends. Anyway, I think there was something in Alaska for sure. That was from Noreen. That wouldn't surprise me because you got the Alaskan Triangle with the Alaskan missing. That's interesting.
Yes.
Well.
Yep.
And
the
also,
entire town that vanished.
That's right, yeah. And meals were still there, warm and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
No one knows what the fuck happened to them. And there was you've also, I think it's Alaska and right at the top of North America where Josh is, their cryptozoology is amazing up there. They have some weird and wonderful things. Look into the Canadian natives and look into the North American natives and look at their mythology on their creatures, and bear in mind that all Native American, Canadian American natives came across a land bridge.
Canadian American.
They came across a land bridge from Asia. So originally they're from Asia. So they brought whatever the mythology was back then across to Canada and North America.
Or were they put there and had their minds wiped so they wouldn't remember being put there? Mm.
Well, that would explain why
our government has done some pretty screwed up things to the natives in Wisconsin.
Okay. There's a lot of underwater stuff going on in Alaska. Yeah, there is. But I suppose one thing that would explain why, if they've had their minds wiped, that would explain why Native Americans and Native Canadians do not talk with an Asian accent. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine Pocahontas?
Whoa.
Oh my God.
Through like the 50s through like the late 70s, they just took natives from their parents and were like, "You're unfit."
That's right, yeah.
In our state, like just for no reason, like the smallest infraction, or just you're native. We're taking your kid. He's going to a white family.
All the Native Americans were treated like shit for centuries. Absolutely.
Like
shit now.
Is there like some ulterior motive that we're not seeing to that, maybe too, that has something to do with the tribes?
Well, funny enough, that mixes in with another conspiracy theory, and it ties in with it. You know, all the missing children in Europe, all the missing children and missing people in Europe, North America, Canada, Alaska, they all reckon it's all tied in with the same thing, and they reckon that was it Eisenhower or Hoover signed a deal with the Greys that they could abduct and experiment on X amount of humans every year in return to technology.
There's also stuff around here too that I think is just always been around here that's horrible, and I've talked about it in some of my interviews with people that had tribal ties, that there's people in the tribes that just handle stuff that don't go out in the public.
Yeah. Well, look at the when the Native
They're not quite a top and they're not quite a shaman. There's something in between.
I don't see why not. There's the legends of when the Native Americans came from Asia across the land bridge, because they all lived along the land bridge before it all broke up. And then when they got to North America, there was a race of red-headed giants with double rows.
Oh, yeah.
And the Native Americans and then went to war for fucking centuries.
I mean, I think they even talk about that, like in Australia, like the Aborigines even talk about that.
Did you know with Australia, they found bones, like thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years old, from way before the Dreamtime and everything, that are Caucasian. And the
and that's how you covered it up. Yeah,
they were there before the Aboriginals, and the Australian government went, no, we can't fucking do this. No, and they got rid of all the bones. A bit like the what's that place over in America?
Smithsonian.
I always thought, though, what's the chance that wasn't Vikings, though? You know, I mean, they literally went everywhere.
Way before they would like,
way before that even happened.
Way before we're talking thousands of years old. These things.
Well, there's them biblical people called the ocean people that nobody knows about either.
Well, it's like the Denis Ovens. The Denis Ovens were from the steppes of Russia and they were nothing. They weren't Neanderthal. They weren't hominid, because back then there was like at least 50 different types of hominids, and then they all decided to have a massive shag fest, and we ended up like this, because they all humped each other. But the Denisovans were going around wiping everything out, all the local hominids and everything, and they were getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then there was an event horizon that went and just wiped them out. And they think that a lot of the pyramids that have been discovered along the mountain ranges, along the Himalayas, and in Russia, and on the steppes of Russia, and all this shit, and the parts of Russia it's never been really mapped. They're finding all these pyramids and the stuff, and they think it was all to do with them. When you think of it, there are lots of remote areas that are pretty inaccessible. It'd be easy to hide things. Bogs. There was a pyramid found in Russia, and I've seen the video. You might have seen the video of it, of when the guy went in and he found that perfectly cut channel down into it, and he went down into it, and they found all the like the footings, and there was these carvings and stuff on the bottom stones of known language, and he ended up being mysteriously dead. He mysteriously died, and nobody knows why. And his video, when has now been shortened, and you can't see half of what was original. I've seen the original. Makes for interesting reading. And I know that there's people out there, I haven't got it, wish I had, but there's people out there that still got the original video. That'd be worth having a look at. But yeah. I mean, there's lots of incredible places to hide things. Look at Josh in his beard. This nests of sparrows in there and everything.
Actually, kind of short.
I keep my lunch in mine.
I just use it as Velcro. I stick various things to my face whilst I'm busy at work. So, anyway,
again, talking about your nightlife.
Right.
The video, I know I haven't sent it to anybody. I was at work. I did an overnight last night, and I think it was 3:20 this morning. It was pissing down with sleet. We had sleet, hail, rain, and I think there was a little bit of snow at one point. And these 3 deer I was in the van, like on the round, and these 3 deer just popped out. Went, and I was like, oh.
What you didn't realise, Mark, was they were grazing the skies.
Right, you got probed.
Well, they all had white asses, so they might have been probed.
We had some sleet here this morning.
I've just seen on Alexa here. Oh, it's gone now. But we had an alert come up for snow and ice here in Scarborough.
We've been warned for it for Wednesday night into Thursday.
Well, it's a bit of a shit show because I've been wanting to take my bike out for a run for ages, and we've had like 2 weeks solid of rain. And then last night I was going to take my bike to work, and I stood outside whilst the dog was doing a business, and I went, too fucking cold. Too cold. I'm glad I didn't because of the weather we had last night. Jesus.
Yeah.
Coming on.
I mean, we've got 3 degrees outside at the moment.
They were good in the 70s. Right. On that note, guys, let's get together at some point in the week and decide what we're going to talk about on Monday.
We never talked about consciousness. That's like a whole episode.
Yes, we can do that next week. Consciousness and mushrooms. I've never done mushrooms.
Lies.
Have you, John?
What do you think? I'm a druggo?
No, I said, have you done mushrooms?
Like on pizza?
Yeah. We'll talk about consciousness next week and how people use different ways to open up their third eye. And they do. There is a school of thought that we have deliberately had our third eyes slowed and redacted a bit with fluoride, but we'll go into that next week. I watched a program last night that you're looking into old reports of remote viewings of underground research base in the snow, which is supposed to be aliens working alongside humans. Well, that Ray Scheider, he had some of his fingers shot off in a scrap with aliens, and he
also got killed. What he was saying.
And he spoke about the base, and there was a scrap.
Bill Snyder.
There was a scrap between aliens. Who's that? Hello from NSPS TV from Central Texas. Hello, NSPS TV. You're joining us very late. We're just about to go. We always start at 9:30, but our clocks went back. And of course, this is Wayne, the hairy plain beard face. And then over there in the corner, you have got Josh, the Yeti beard. So, and then of course, you've got me with tiny goatee, Mark. So welcome, but we are buggering off.
Yeah. He's not quite old enough to grow a full beard yet.
Old enough. I'm fucking old on you, mush. If I could grow a beard, I'll tell you what, I'd just like.
No, I just look young for me age.
You only just turned 50, ain't you?
No. I'm 52 next year.
52 next year. I'll be 54 next year. And Josh is...
You old fucks.
Old fucks! You know, at some point, we've actually all got to meet. We've got to actually get together at some point and see and meet each other. And then we can turn around and say, you young fuck. You know?
Yeah, you young whippersnapper.
You young man. Oh,
young man. At your age.
A current remote viewer said the aliens were pretending to work with the humans, but are pulling the wool over eyes and are actually extracting something. Again, that Roy Scheider, whatever his name was talking about that. And he said we were all working harmoniously in this place that has various different levels. And the deeper levels is you've got less and less humans and more aliens just working together. And it was one of these levels where the aliens, something happened.
No, they drilled into the Greys level and they freaked out. And the Green Berets started shooting them and they started killing them. And then they're like, no, we ain't gonna take this from humans.
Yeah. So they
apparently shot lasers like out of the center of their hand, and it's like what melted his fingers off.
Yeah. And the thing was, again, he went around. He never tried to make money out of it. He went around just telling everybody about it. And
he died in his hotel room after he talked about all this. This attack is actually he was found dead the next night.
It's amazing how all these people end up, suicide, they died.
And he said that I'm not going to kill myself; they're going to kill me.
Yeah, and everybody recently who's had that happen to him have all said, "I'm in good mental health. I've not got any thoughts of doing anything. If anything happens to me, look into it because you know."
A lot of the new crypto millionaires are having the same trend happen to them.
And the same thing. Crypto stuff is vanishing after they have. Have you noticed that?
A lot of these guys too are the ones that are burning alive in their Teslas.
I know, and it's very strange.
Point that out too. It's the like crypto mogul techs that are in their 20s, so that they seem to be getting trapped in their Tesla cars and burning to death.
Which be controlled outside because of it's got a computer, and it's also
right. You can't hack that, can you?
No, not at all. And the crypto money that goes missing and black budgets that are funding stuff, that's just coincidences. But
anyway. There's guys that are paramilitary, ex-special forces that also have like the tech background.
Well, a lot of the higher echelons of the military are supposed to be something like 50 to 70 years in advance with their tech. And then you've got the black ops that are supposed to be something up to 250 years, 300 years in advance with their secret stuff. So make of that what you will. And all this stuff that we talk about, remember, folks, it's just for entertainment purposes.
Yep.
So keep your eyes to the skies. Remember, if you see anything, message us, email us. Look, you'll see it going down at the bottom there in a minute. See? Email us at the Dark Mirror Radio Show at yahoo.co.uk or message any of us on Facebook. You know, yeah, you can message. Actually, no, I'm not in the middle, am I? So you can message any of us.
Right.
But remember, put subject matter beard, and then we'll know it's about UFOs. So yeah, keep your eyes to the skies. See anything, let us know. If you got anything you want us to talk about, let us know. We'll be back now. I wonder what you're doing there. You were keeping your eyes to the skies, weren't you? We'll be back next week. Apparently, we're going to talk about consciousness amongst other things. And by consciousness, we don't mean that waking bit where you're not drunk. So,
we should talk about that.
I will say to these guys, see you later, and thank you for joining us. It's the first one with all three of us back for over a year. So, do you want to say goodbye?
Yeah. Later,
See you
everybody.
guys.
Peace.
Nano. Hang on. Shazbad. Right.
Live long and prosper.
Shazbad. Right. See you later, guys. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next week, 9:30 GMT, which is what time is 9:30 GMT over yours in Central Time?
3:30, I think.
6 hours behind.
Right.
Yeah.
So, mark it on your clocks. I said clocks. I don't want to get weird pictures of people's tattoos. Right. See you later, guys. Bye.